I see a lot of vintage Christmas ornaments. Oh, whoa. Welcome to episode 27. It's an absolutely gorgeous day here on the coast of North Carolina, except for all the pollen that's already dropping out of the trees here. You can see my truck is covered in pollen. In this episode, we went to a sale that was a little unique. We'd never been to one like this before. They were actually auctioning everything in the house off, and at the end, they were auctioning the entire house off. But we found some great stuff, so let's get into it and show you what we got.
So today is a little different. I am about to walk into an auction. If you've never been to an auction before, they can be a little intimidating. But after you go a couple times, you'll learn those rules, those unspoken rules, and it can be a lot of fun, and you can get a lot of stuff for really cheap if the audience is right. Meaning if there aren't a lot of people who are wanting to bid on the same things as you are. So I'm here at their preview time, which is the time that you get to check everything out and see what you might be interested in before the auction actually starts. I mean, you can still walk around and look as the auction starts, but you might be preoccupied with trying to bid on some things. So I'm gonna go in there and get my bidder's number, which is just like giving them your ID and probably like a payment method, and then they give you a number that they will use to track your purchases, and then whenever you're done you pay and you take your stuff and go. So these things can go on all day. I plan on seeing if there's things I'm interested in and then maybe coming back and forth. They're even auctioning off the house, so this is definitely going to be an all-day event. But let's go check out what is there. It looks like there's going to be a ton of stuff.
Drifted down the river. All right, that's all. Okay.
Welcome to Rwanda. Peoples, man.
That's right here. Oh yeah, I saw that. That's so cute. What is it? What did you say? It's an automatic box. Oh, nice. What would you use that for? Records? It was pretty good. From the drawers, you have to, like this one. Oh. Yeah. Oh, that's
probably interested in those perfumes and lotions. Maybe tissues. These are really nice.
Yellow.
They will be in the 29th sale. I'm sorry for the inconvenience. We also have 2 sales coming up. One's in Myrtle Beach, one is in St. James. Saturday and Sunday next weekend.
Excuse me, Sharon. I don't know anything about the
There is a lot of nice prom and purses next weekend at Myrtle Beach.
Put it under it. I don't know.
There is 3 gold 1-ounce Cougarins in the Sunday sale in St. James if anybody's interested in buying gold.
Probably go for these.
Well, I was coming over here talking with her about that.
Yeah, we'll probably go for this one.
This guy is a local artist. His art is in the museum over here. Anything else about him? He's only had one sale where you could actually purchase his art. Yeah, there's also some Tom Izod paintings, which is also a local artist, and Ann Chadwick. Those are all 3 of them are local.
20. Anybody got 20? 10. I got 10 right here. 12 and a half. 10 now, 12 and a half. 12 and a half. Now 15. 17 and a half. 15 now, 17 and a half. Sold. $15, number 53. On this handmade pottery, it does have a small chip. How about 20 on the bowl? Anybody got 20 on the bowl? How about 15? Anybody got 15? How about 10? Anybody got 10 on the pottery bowl? How about 5? Anybody got 5 on the pottery bowl? Put something with it. On this engraved brass bowl and the pottery together, anybody want to start me at 20? Anybody got 20? 20 on the 2 that she's holding right here. How about 10? Anybody got 10? 10, now 12 and a half. 10, now 12 and a half. So $10, number 23. On this bird, it does work. This is very vintage. If you haven't looked this up, maybe you should have. It might be a sleeper in the sale. Anybody want to start me at 100 on the bird? Anybody go 100? Anybody go 100? How about 50? 50, 50, 50. How about 25? Forgot 50? 75. 75. Now 100. 75, go 100. 100. Now 125. 125.
Another box of costume jewelry.
All right, on this plaid of costume jewelry, they are full, you guys. Anybody want to start me at $20 on this one? I got 20, looking for 25. 25, now 30. 25, looking for 30. 30, now 35. 40. 35, looking for 40. 40, now 45. Now 50. 45, looking for 50. 45. 50, now 55. 60. 60, 65. 70. 75. 70 looking for 75. 70.
Somebody got to scream over here. Come on.
70 looking for 75. Sold. $70. Number, what's your number? 85?
Woo, all right. Thank you, man.
Y'all got a holler for me. On this Planters peanut can. Anybody want to start me at $50 on the Planters peanut can? It's really early piece. How about 25? Anybody want to go 25 on the Planters peanut? Got 10, looking for 12 and a half. 10, looking for 12 and a half. 12 and a half, now 15.
Okay, so this is hours later. The GoPro died at the end of the morning. I had left early, left some absentee bids on a bunch of stuff. It was so cold. Wanted to go home and see my kids and get warm and eat lunch, and there was maybe like 5 or 6 lots that I put absentee bids on, so I didn't feel like staying for 5 hours in order to see how this panned out. But I did win some random vintage Christmas lots. I don't even know what's in them, but I'm gonna go pay and pick them up, and then it'll be a surprise for us to go through that, and also the boxes of jewelry that I don't really know what's in them. So let me go get these Christmas things and we'll see what we won. All right, these are the 2 boxes I just picked up from the auction. I think I paid about $15 a box. I don't really know what's in them, so we're gonna open them and see what we got. We're in the garage because it's freezing, and as you can see, we have some organizing to do. But anyways, focusing on the boxes. Okay, I looked and I saw some things that were interesting, but I really don't know what's in here. This looks like a, maybe it's not homemade, maybe they bought it like that. I don't know, nativity, creche. Here's one of those, we've sold these before, Pier 1 ornaments. I don't know, 2018. Okay, Nutcracker, his nose is broken. Free bubble wrap.
Recycle, reuse.
Okay, maybe there's the pieces that go in this. There's a fair amount of stuff in here. Okay, here are some old ornaments. These are shiny brights. I feel like, I'm gonna have to look these up, but I feel like the clear ones, or maybe it's the mercury glass ones that are worth more money. This is also a shiny bright. I don't know, I can't tell, but they're definitely older. So that's a good sign. Little elf box. I don't know what it says. Some cloth gingerbread men. Ow. Some plastic
What is that?
icicles. This looks like a hand towel with some icicles. We'll probably donate a bunch of this stuff. Just hoping we find something that's of value in here. These are kind of cute.
I mean, regardless, we'll make $15 back.
Whoa. Yeah. Yeah, we already found those antique or vintage ornaments. That's cool. A Santa twig. $10 ornament. A bulldog angel ornament. Some kind of ornament. A tree topper. Gnome on a mushroom. Oh, he's interesting. Hallmark drummer boy. Cloth ornament. What is that? A turkey? I'm confused. He's broken. Oh, look at this one. Oh, there we go. Okay, I feel like we have sold these plastic ones before. Do you remember that?
Vaguely.
I think these are like mid-century. Here's a flocked Mrs. Claus and a cable car ornament. Okay. Now maybe this one's broken. It is a Waterford ornament, but I'm not sure. Pagoda. I'm not sure if there's supposed to be a bottom piece or not. Potentially a good one. Maybe the bottom piece is down here. Maybe. Yeah, maybe. Bird. I don't see a missing piece in here, but... Four. I don't know what that is. That's kind of cute. Reindeer. And then there's just some random odds and ends. Okay, so maybe no home runs. Maybe this one will be good. It's got like a bird in it. Maybe it's broken. I don't know. We'll find out. Let's check the next box. This is the one that I was more excited about. Okay. Because I saw this ornament right off the bat. And this is called a Patience Brewster. And it was new at the tag. We have had really good success with selling these. I mean, on average, they're probably $30 to $50. Then depending on the rarity, you know, so I don't know how much this one's worth, but this is already going to pay for the entire box for sure. So there's that. Snow babies. Okay, so there's a snow baby in the box for July. The market is pretty saturated with these snow babies. They're not really worth much from what I know, but still could be a couple of bucks. More of those cloth ornaments. That one's cute. Some crochet ornaments. Trash. Paper. Okay, these were the other things that I saw in here that made me want to buy this box. Okay, so it says Christmas figurine bell ornaments. Definitely vintage. So we've got all the pieces are in here. It looks like Santa, Mrs. Claus, angels, a deer, a little elf. So I don't know, they're little bells. I don't know if this, how much this is worth, but I think it's gonna be worth something good.
You put the coffee in.
Yeah, made in Japan. I don't see a year, but yeah, so that and the Patience Brewster were good finds. Santa. Ornaments. These still have their tags on them. Jute ornaments. More crochet. I don't know what this is. Looks like gloves. Oh, little mitten ornaments. A sled. Something from Henderson, a 24 karat gold finished Henderson, North Carolina ornament. Not to be confused with Hendersonville.
Which is in the mountains. I'm not sure where Henderson is.
Okay, Cole. What are you? Oh, a Waterford crystal box. Maybe it's in here somewhere. There's another Waterford empty bag. Come on. Where are the Waterford stuff? Little figurines. Actually, they're plastic. I don't know, it says something on the bottom of it. People are into gnomes these days. This is made out of acorn. Little acorn hats. It's interesting. Bag. Stocking. Dog stocking. What is this? A Hallmark. This is probably from the 80s. Holiday doll.
Oh, those are all plush.
In the box. Some trash. Wooden guy. I guess that's Santa. I don't know. There was a wrapped Christmas present in one of the boxes. I wanted to get it just to open a Christmas present to see what it was. Santa. Another empty Waterford box. Sad. Makes you wonder where the Waterford went. Like, was it in another box that I didn't buy? Okay. This looks like one of those blue sky. Nope. Just a made in China house. We're getting towards the bottom of the box. What's this? Holiday music makers. Painted ornaments. $1978. Christmas lights. Right, this bag has a, maybe this is where the breakable ornaments are. Hallmark. Is this a Waterford ornament? I don't know. I don't see any signatures. Well, dang, he put... You would think this would be full of, like... Yeah. Okay. Well, at the bottom of the box is just kind of... Oh, here's a cloisonne bell. People love some cloisonne. A little felt Santa head. So we'll have to look up some comps for this stuff, but I definitely think the Patience Brewster and the little bells are going to be the winners. And then there's just some little things here and there. Unfortunately, those Waterford ornaments do not look like they're in this box. So we did not get those, but we did get the boxes. So I think that's about it for these Christmas bins. They're still exciting to go through.
You still made money, like,
Oh, yeah.
just those two things.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that, you know, we're millionaires in these boxes.
Still looking, though.
Still looking for that $1 million find. Fortunately, not here today. All right, we're going to take a closer look at the jewelry that I won at the auction. I bought a couple different lots of jewelry, and I'll kind of break it down. This one, I paid $5 for, and there was a auction premium. It was 10%. So I probably paid, what, like $5 and some change for this. And it is this really neat Jaguar. It's actually a pin. A pretty elaborate pin. Got green eyes. So that's pretty neat. So yeah, I paid about $5 for that. And then I bought this for $10. And I even like the case. The case is very like Art Deco-esque. And I actually didn't examine this watch too closely when I bought it. Things are happening so fast at the auction, it's hard to really sometimes know what you're bidding on exactly. So I bought this for $10. I just liked it. And it is a Bulova watch, ladies' wristwatch. It definitely has the original band to it. It's got these blue details. And you can actually open the back. Okay, so if you open the back, it's hard to see but it does say Bulova quality, patent June 10th, 1924. So this is a actual, you know, Art Deco era Bulova woman's wristwatch. So we've done some research on it. Definitely worth more than $10. We tried to wind it. It does not work. But I'm sure the right person could make it work. So that is pretty neat. So another lot I bought were these two pieces. Again, I didn't really examine them prior to buying. I think I paid $5, but you know, you can have some pretty good luck with signed costume jewelry. Unfortunately, neither of these are signed. This was in a box that had another designer's name on it that I know goes for a lot. I think it was Irwin Pearl, something like that. But this was not actually one of those pieces. This is just like an articulated owl necklace from the 70s. Very funky. And then this is just a costume jewelry brooch with roses. So yeah, I paid $5 for these. Okay, and then I paid $35, so plus a 10% premium, so almost $40 for a lot of sterling jewelry. It's 2 of these collar necklaces and 3 pairs of earrings. The other 2 pair are somewhere mixed up in this box. I kind of like put them together. Now I can't really find them, but I'm sure I will. So there are these like teardrop earrings, and then these are called collar necklaces. And they do have some markings, which make me think they are Taxco. So they're marked Mexico 925. So I may have paid a little up for these. I just personally like these. And this has a bunch of tarnishing, so I'll have to polish it before I can see the markings. But these can go, especially the more intricate one, maybe like $50. And then maybe like $30 for the thinner one. And then I have the earrings too, which I'll have to find the other ones. But yeah, so not a ton of profit, but I just like them. And we definitely still will make money. And then we have this was a total mystery box. They were selling huge lots of costume jewelry. I mean, I was trying to get some of them because clearly there were good things in there, but there were 2 ladies who kept bidding against me on every lot. And so some of the boxes went upwards of $100, which I'm sure they were worth. It was a ton of costume jewelry. I mean, if you think each brooch or pair of earrings could be $15 to $20, they probably had 100 plus pieces, individual pieces, maybe more, probably more. So definitely profit to be made. I just didn't want to overwhelm myself with jewelry, and I think they would have kept bidding, so I doubt I would have won regardless. So I've started looking a little bit through here, but there is a ton. So, I mean, I may have gotten 100 pieces. So I'll just pull out some of the bags so you can kind of see, and then I'll put out some of the highlights. And this person, whoever owned this, definitely collected vintage jewelry because they had it individually bagged, which was super helpful. So in here is several pair of vintage earrings. Now some of these could be sterling too. I'm gonna have to look a little bit closer. This looks like it has marks on it. 925, so those are sterling. And there could be gold in here too. There's a ring. I'm trying to see if there's markings, and there are. So I'm gonna set that aside and look closer in that too. Okay, and these are signed Whiting and Davis. So this is a pair of Whiting and Davis. If you know anything about Whiting and Davis, they're known for really nice like evening bags, especially like Art Deco style. Here's a 30-year pin from Firestone. Some basic costume jewelry. Looks like a bunch of like 80s style earrings. And just because they're signed doesn't mean they're not signed, doesn't mean they're not worth anything. They're just easier to identify when they do have the markings. And generally people are looking for those. Okay, here's a bag of pins. I'm gonna open that one up and see what I can find in there. Okay, here's what I pulled out of that one bag. Let's see. So none of these were signed, but you can lot these together and sell them when you have enough. I have a ton of brooches that we can put together. And then these earrings were signed Joan Rivers. You know, everybody remembers Joan Rivers, did by the Entertainment Weekly, Fashion Police or whatever. But she had a line of jewelry, and actually those can go for quite a bit of money. I'm not saying that these necessarily will, but like the more extravagant brooches, if you notice her name on some jewelry, I would take a chance with those. Some of those can be worth incredible money. And then I found this little angel. I'm not even sure what it is, but it is signed on the back and it says 10K. So that would mean 10 karat gold, not to be confused with if you ever see 10K GF, which is gold filled, which is not the same and not worth the amount of something like 10K, 14K. So that's something of note. So yeah, that's out of that bag that I pulled out. This is kind of a cool vintage stone bracelet. All right, we're getting towards the bottom of the box. Here is another bag of miscellaneous pins and tiebacks. I'm gonna have to look through those, see if we find anything interesting in there. A bag of vintage clip-on earrings and some brooches, I think, in there. I'll have to look at those a little more closely. Pair of earrings. Don't see any marks on that. Looks like some rosary necklace. This is definitely a rosary. Sometimes these are sterling, but it just says Italy, not sterling. And a pair of earrings. More earrings. Oh, these are kind of cool. Clip-on earrings. I don't see them being signed. Earrings. Some bamboo dangle earrings. And it looks like these are Avon. Those are signed Avon. Okay, what is this? This looks like a ring. And there's definitely a marking on it. I am going to open that up and see what it says. Okay, believe it or not, this ring right here, on the inside is this little circle. See if I can get it on camera. Okay, there's a little circle in there, and on it says T&Co, which stands for Tiffany & Company. And it's marked T&Co 925, which means this is a sterling silver Tiffany & Company ring. It's very small, but that's super exciting. This reminds me of like the early 2000s maybe. So we'll have to do some research on that, but that is a great find, and probably worth the entirety of what I spent on this box, which, by the way, was $22.50 for the whole box of mixed jewelry. So maybe close to $25 I spent. This is definitely going to be worth more than that. We still have a couple more pieces in here. A pair of earrings, Monet earrings. I wonder if this is sterling. Any markings? Okay, there is a mark. And it says Mexico right by the clasp. But I don't think this is silver. There's the mark right there. And it's missing a few dangly pieces, but still kind of cool. Some earrings. Sometimes the mark of like 10K or 14 or whatever is so tiny, and you really have to look closely at like the earring posts to see if it's on there. So I would recommend getting a jeweler's loop if you're gonna start investing in some jewelry. I mean, you'd be surprised how much you can find precious metals at yard sales, because people think they look, don't see anything, and then say, okay, it's probably just costume jewelry, it's probably worthless, but they really didn't do the time to look at the piece over. I have found plenty of gold and silver that way. Oh, that's cool. Oh, I think this is another pair of the sterling earrings that came with that other lot. So yeah, that was fun to go through, and I have definitely gotten my money's worth for $22 with all of this jewelry.
As always, visit our store at coastalreselletherapy.com. The link will be posted in the description. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.